ยินดีต้อนรับเข้าสู่รายการห้องเรียนภาษาอังกฤษ รายการนี้ถูกออกแบบมาเพื่อให้คุณได้ฝึกฟังภาษาอังกฤษ มีผู้ฝึกภาษาอังกฤษด้วยตัวเองหลายท่านอยากจะเข้าไปเรียนในห้องเรียนภาษาอังกฤษ แต่อาจจะไม่มีเวลาไปเข้าห้องเรียนหรืออาจจะยังไม่พร้อม ทีมงานเราจึงได้สร้างวิดีโอนี้ขึ้นมาเพื่อช่วยให้ท่านได้ฝึกภาษาอังกฤษด้วยตัวเอง เราจำลองสภาพแวดล้อมให้เหมือนกับว่าคุณได้อยู่ในห้องเรียนที่ใช้ภาษาอังกฤษในการเรียนการสอน ในห้องเรียนจะมีการพูดคุยของผู้สอนและผู้เรียนในห้องเรียนและมีการตั้งคำถามเกี่ยวกับเนื้อหาที่สอน โดยเนื้อหาที่สอนจะเป็นเนื้อหาที่ง่ายและไม่มีอะไรซับซ้อน เพราะเป้าหมายหลักของเราคือการจำลองว่าคุณได้อยู่ในสภาพแวดล้อมที่เป็นการใช้งานภาษาอังกฤษเท่านั้น เพื่อไม่ให้เสียเวลาพบกับรายการห้องเรียนภาษาอังกฤษของเราได้เลยครับ
Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. It's great to see you all here. We're going to have an interesting and productive session today.
Hello, teacher. Thank you. Looking forward to the lesson.
Hi, teacher. Excited for today's lesson.
Good day, teacher. Ready for today's session.
Hello, thank you. Eager to learn today.
Let's start with a short discussion. Can you tell us about someone you know, like a friend, family member, or a teacher?
I can talk about my best friend. His name is Tim and we've known each other since kindergarten.
I'd like to talk about my sister. She's older than me and she's studying to be a lawyer.
I can talk about my math teacher, Mr. Richards. He has a unique way of making complex things seem easy.
I can share about my cousin. He's an artist and he does amazing paintings.
Great! Now, let's use the word who to learn more about these people. For example, Johnson, who is your best friend?
My best friend is Tim.
Excellent, Johnson. And Thompson, who is your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher is Mr. Richards.
Perfect, Thompson. Using who helps us learn more about the people in our lives. Let's start with some examples of how we can use who in different verb tenses. In the present simple tense, we could ask, who lives next door to you? Johnson, could you answer this question using the present simple tense?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith live next door to me.
Excellent, Johnson. You've correctly answered the question using the present simple tense. Now, let's look at the past simple tense. An example question could be, who did you meet at the party last night? Martinez, could you answer this question using the past simple tense?
I met my old school friend, Carlos, at the party last night.
Perfect, Martinez. You've correctly answered the question using the past simple tense. For the present continuous tense, we could ask a question like, who is your sister talking to on the phone? Thompson, could you answer this question using the present continuous tense?
My sister is talking to her best friend, Lisa, on the phone.
Well done, Thompson. You've correctly answered the question using the present continuous tense. Let's go through some examples of how we can use who in different verb tenses. For the present simple tense, we could ask, who lives next door to you? In the past simple tense, an example question could be, who did you meet at the party last night? And for the present continuous tense, we could ask something like, who is your sister talking to on the phone? These are just some examples of how who can be used in different tenses. Always remember, who is used to ask about people. Johnson, can you answer this question using the present simple tense? Who lives next door to you?
Mr. and Mrs. Smith live next door to me.
Martinez, can you answer this question using the past simple tense? Who did you meet at the party last night?
I met my old school friend, Carlos, at the party last night.
Thompson, can you answer this question using the present continuous tense? Who is your sister talking to on the phone?
My sister is talking to her best friend, Lisa, on the phone.
Rodriguez, can you answer this question using the present simple tense? Who is your best friend?
My best friend is Sarah.
Johnson, can you answer this question using the past simple tense? Who did you visit last summer?
I visited my grandmother last summer.
Thompson, can you answer this question using the present continuous tense? Who are you studying with right now?
I am studying with my study group right now.
Martinez, can you answer this question using the present simple tense? Who is your English teacher?
My English teacher is Mr. Williams.
Rodriguez, can you answer this question using the past simple tense? Who did you eat lunch with yesterday?
I ate lunch with my coworkers yesterday.
Thompson, can you answer this question using the present continuous tense? Who are you writing an email to?
I am writing an email to my project team.
Johnson, can you answer this question using the present simple tense? Who is your neighbor?
My neighbor is Mr. Brown.
Martinez, can you answer this question using the past simple tense? Who did you go to the concert with?
I went to the concert with my brother.
Rodriguez, can you answer this question using the present continuous tense? Who are you playing football with?
I am playing football with my friends.
Thompson, can you answer this question using the present simple tense? Who cooks dinner at your home?
My mom cooks dinner at our home.
Rodriguez, using the present simple tense, tell me. Who makes you laugh the most?
My little sister makes me laugh the most.
Thompson, using the past simple tense, tell me. Who did you visit last weekend?
I visited my grandparents last weekend.
Johnson, using the present continuous tense, tell me. Who are you studying with?
I am studying with my classmate, Jake.
Martinez, using the present simple tense, tell me. Who takes you to school every day?
My dad takes me to school every day.
In English, when we use the present simple tense, the auxiliary verbs, do, and, does, often come into play. Let's look at this in more detail. Do, and, does, are used as auxiliary verbs in the present simple tense to form questions and negatives. We use do with the pronouns I, you, we, and they. For instance, who do you admire the most? What do we need to do? We use does with the third-person singular pronouns he, she, and it. For example, who does he look like? What does it mean? Remember that in questions, do, or, does, come before the subject. So, in the sentence, who does she like? Does is the auxiliary verb and she is the subject. When we talk about past events in English, we often use the past simple tense. The auxiliary verb, did, plays a crucial role here. Did is used as an auxiliary verb in the past simple tense to form questions and negatives. We use did with all pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. For example, who did you see yesterday? What did she say? In questions, did comes before the subject. So, in the sentence, who did he call? Did is the auxiliary verb and he is the subject. An important thing to remember is that the base form of the verb follows did. It never changes, regardless of the subject. So we say, who did he call, and not, who did he called? Now, let's talk about the present continuous tense. This tense is used to describe actions happening right now or around now. The auxiliary verbs is, are, and am are key in this tense. Is, are, and am are used as auxiliary verbs in the present continuous tense to form questions and negatives. We use am with the pronoun I. For instance, who am I talking to? We use is with the third-person singular pronouns he, she, and it. For example, who is he talking to on the phone? We use are with the pronouns you, we, and they. For instance, who are you meeting? Who are they playing with? Remember, in the present continuous tense, the verb is always in the ing form. So, talking, meeting, playing are the correct forms to use with who in this tense. Can anyone tell me the auxiliary verbs we use with who in the present simple tense?
We use do and does with who in the present simple tense.
That's correct, Johnson. And what about the past simple tense? Which auxiliary verb do we use with who?
In the past simple tense, we use did with who.
Exactly, Martinez. Finally, what auxiliary verbs do we use with who in the present continuous tense?
In the present continuous tense, we use is, are, or am with who.
Perfect, Thompson. You've all done a great job understanding this concept. In the present simple tense, a question with who might look like this. Who does your brother play soccer with? In the past simple tense, we could form a question like this. Who did you see at the mall yesterday? And in the present continuous tense, a question could be formed as follows. Who is Mary talking to right now? Remember, when we form questions with who, the verb should always follow the word who. Also, take note of the different auxiliary verbs we use in each tense. In the present simple, we use does, in the past simple, did, and in the present continuous, is, are, or am. Can anyone give me an example of a question using who in the present simple tense?
Sure. Who does your brother play soccer with?
Excellent, Johnson. Now, can someone provide an example in the past simple tense?
Who did you see at the mall yesterday would be an example.
Great job, Martinez. Lastly, can anyone form a question using who in the present continuous tense?
Who is Mary talking to right now? Is this correct?
Absolutely correct, Thompson. You've all mastered this concept well. Let's have more examples, shall we? Please give me a sentence using who in the present simple tense.
Who does your sister take piano lessons from?
Very good, Rodriguez. How about an example in the past simple tense?
Who did you go to the concert with?
Fantastic, Johnson. Now, can someone give me a question using who in the present continuous tense?
Who are you having dinner with tonight?
That's a perfect example, Martinez. Great job, everyone. Now, let's practice what we've learned. I want you to ask your classmates a question using who.
Johnson, who is your favorite actor?
My favorite actor is Tom Hanks.
Good job, Thompson. Martinez, it's your turn.
Rodriguez, who do you usually eat lunch with?
I usually eat lunch with my friend, Maria.
Well done, everyone. You're doing great with these who questions. Let's continue. Rodriguez, it's your turn to ask a question.
Thompson, who is your best friend at school?
My best friend at school is Jacob.
Good, Rodriguez. Johnson, your turn.
Martinez, who did you play basketball with yesterday?
I played basketball with my older brother.
Excellent. You're all making progress with your who questions. Keep going, everyone. Thompson, can you ask another who question?
Sure, Rodriguez, who are you going to the school dance with?
I'm going to the school dance with my friend, Sophia.
That's great, Thompson. Martinez, it's your turn now.
Johnson, who do you sit next to in science class?
I sit next to Emily in science class.
Well done, everyone. Let's continue practicing who questions. Today, we learned the use of who in questions. This helps us inquire about a person's identity or ask about someone's relationship with another person. We also learned how who is used in different verb tenses. In the present simple tense, we use does or do. For example, who does your brother play soccer with? In the past simple tense, we use did. For example, who did you meet at the party? In the present continuous tense, we use is, are, or am. For example, who is your sister talking to on the phone? Remember, practice makes perfect. Keep practicing these structures, and soon, forming questions with who will become second nature to you. We've covered a lot today, everyone. I'm really proud of your progress. Remember to practice at home.
Thank you, teacher. I feel more confident using who now.
This lesson was very useful. I'll definitely practice.
Thanks, teacher. I'll use who in my questions more often now.
Thank you for the lesson, teacher. Goodbye.
You're welcome, everyone. Keep up the good work and see you next time. Goodbye.
เป็นอย่างไรกันบ้างครับสำหรับวิดีโอนี้ อย่าลืมกลับมาฝึกและทบทวนอีกครั้งนะครับ ขอขอบคุณที่รับชมและรับฟัง อย่าลืมกดปุ่มไลค์และติดตามหรือแชร์วิดีโอให้เพื่อนของคุณเพื่อเป็นกำลังใจให้ทีมงาน หากคุณมีคำแนะนำใดๆ สามารถฝากข้อความไว้ที่ด้านล่างวิดีโอได้เลยครับ สำหรับวันนี้สวัสดีครับ